There's no need.
Hey guys,
Hello, everybody.
Josh and Nick were having an in-depth conversation, geopolitical,
Hopefully, no one will ever hear that.
which was worse than the Highlander conversation because I thought I was going to have to get up and smack Josh.
It's been a minute since I've watched Highlander. Do I own the movie? Yes. Have I seen it recently? No.
I don't think Rob saw it very recently, but he definitely is quite literate on the Highlander subject.
Yes.
He may have been of a more stable mindset when he watched it.
Don't mock me on the Highlander.
I'm not. Christopher Lambert's awesome. Can we at least agree on that one?
Okay. All right, so we are live.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. Welcome to What Are You Drinking Now? Episode 83.
80.
Dude, Josh, this recipe is amazing.
I know. And it's a recipe that no one watching this will ever get to have because Rob doesn't want to serve it. So.
We are getting volume. So let's. Why don't we get to what are you drinking now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat everyone to the punch. I cracked it. Original Sin Black Widow Cider. It's a standard for me.
I'm doing Doc cider, small batch, New England style.
I'm
It's very
still
tasty.
amazed that you're on the cider kick like you are.
I don't know.
Rob.
Something the past month and a half just got me cidering it up. I
You
don't
know, it might be a theme for the show, but alternatives are quite hip right now.
It's just, I don't know. For some reason this year, I'm not into the heavy dark beers this winter.
Guys, I'm packing light.
Yes, I heard that.
RBC.
Sorry.
That's funny.
Sorry, didn't mean that.
Light American lager.
Just slipped out.
I honestly don't know why I found
We'll
that
see
so
how
funny.
light it is.
It's like what? I mean,
That was good.
are you only like taking a carry-on on the airplane, or did you check in some luggage too?
If there's a guy who travels with this beer and his luggage, like I'm okay with traveling
Can
with
you
him.
take beer on an airplane?
I don't believe so. Because you can't drink it through your mask.
Well,
Oh,
you can't
guys.
take liquids on, right?
This is freaking
You
delicious.
can't drink it through your mask.
What? How's that? How do you drink the Diet Coke?
You don't. They don't serve that anymore either.
How do you eat the
They
peanuts?
definitely haven't served peanuts. in about
Since
10 years.
when is Southwest Airline BYOB?
Well, then why would you pay for first class?
Because you got ripped off.
Comfy-
Legroom.
Comfy
Look.
seats.
Dude, $40 is not worth an extra 6 inches.
Keeping the pillow is.
I'm sorry.
That's what she said. So let's move on to some.
Talk about packing light.
Let's move on to some beer and wine reviews.
That was a full circle on that beer.
Yeah, we
It's good, guys. It's good.
both of you fed me
It's
the
crisp.
lines, and I
It's
went
crisp.
right in
It's
there.
good. Should I lead off
I
tonight?
think you're good there.
Yeah. I think we're chilled. If
I
not,
think we'll go.
who cares?
Me, then Josh.
One of my favorite lines in all movies ever: "Kill all the golfers." Anyone?
That would be Caddyshack.
Yeah, buddy. I worked a golf course for a while. I was a groundsman. I was a Carl. Man.
But I mean,
And-
that's referred to kill all the. Doesn't he say like kill all the gophers, or is it kill all the golfers?
Well, he's a little confused because he doesn't understand the boss's accent because he's got the head groundsman has the Scottish accent. Kill all the golfers. And so what he says to him, and then he's like, "Oh no!" and he gets really confused.
Yeah.
He gets like really confused.
It's been a minute since I've seen Caddyshack.
That's okay. I'm sure there's a few on our
Total Cinderella story. Total Cinderella story.
I was really big into cult classics.
Oh, so this is fun. I don't really see much sparkle or what have you. This is mead in a 12-ounce can. Okay, that's just also very cool. There's something fun. We'll have Rob read it because he's good at reading stuff like
You
that.
just want me to take my glasses off, don't you?
I like that whole watching that go down. It's pretty funny. But there's also besides just honey in this mead, there is tea and lemon.
So it's kind of an Arnold Palmer.
It's like a Arnie Palmer. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I had one the other day.
You think? Oh, was this yesterday? You aren't sure if you had one or not?
I think.
I am pretty sure you had one yesterday. I think you did.
In that case, I was definitely trying to kill all the golfers.
I will go ahead and clarify that when the Super Bowl rolled around, Nick was definitely ready for it.
And I was so disappointed to hear today that Nick said that he didn't even make the first.
Didn't even see the national anthem.
And I because I wanted to discuss the halftime show.
Oh man,
I figured Nick.
I have no
would really
idea.
Been like,
I didn't even see the halftime
Totally.
show.
Was it as good as last year?
it wasn't as good as any year.
Last year, wait,
Look,
worse than.
dude.
So this guy's voice was over synthesized and digitized, and
He's not talking about the boss, is he?
the acoustics were the volume was just so low you could barely understand anything.
Oh man, that is honey. That is just honey on the nose.
Some guy called The Weeknd.
Oh
There
yeah,
was nobody else. It was just him.
Yeah, that's.
yeah. He's got that song.
I
Apparently.
mean, shouldn't you like? Not, isn't it? Well, I guess Sunday is the end of the weekend, but do you really want to play a show on the end of the weekend when your name is The Weekend?
So I think it's interesting that they
It is
have
slightly
a
carved.
gopher in the golf cart driving the golf cart
Yes.
with the golf course blowing up behind.
Some people, that's their favorite character in that movie, is the gopher. They're like, I love when the gopher does the dance. I'm like an incredible comedy about like class humor and like socioeconomics and just everything club.
If I heard,
And people are like, oh man, the gopher.
Watching one of the makings of that character was an add-on that Bill Murray just like ad-libbed, and they had to add it in because Bill Murray's comedy that he was just coming up.
Apparently Chevy and Bill were just like cutting it up the whole time. Like you could not shut them up on set. There's some good stuff. There's a movie.
That's a
that's a
Harold
tough
Ramis movie, right?
It's actually, well, it's part of the whole guys there, the old Second City crew. But there's a biographical movie that's out. Stars an old guy from Saturday Night Live, and it's about the writer. And he actually, it's a sad story. Like he kind of went nuts and committed suicide, but
Yeah, that I would say is definitely
it's a hard watch. But if you want to know some behind the scenes on some of your favorite, like National Lampoons and Caddyshack, it's a good, important watch, I think. Especially anybody who's just interested in comedy and mental health and just the combination of both. So I'm going to get off that subject now, though, because I could go all day on that. Let's talk about the meat. Maybe, Rob, did you read the paragraph?
Yeah, I read the story. It's the gopher telling about his day and finishing up the day with a drink and be the ball.
Be the ball. That's it, man. Ty's famous advice. Be the ball.
No. So-
Noonan.
Definite honey on the nose.
Yeah, the honey is throughout. The lemon is really enjoyable, but that tea backer is just really fun. There's a tannic play with the
Get a
tea.
little lemon there on the nose too, but I'm not getting much tea on the nose. But
I
think
get-
it shows up in
I
the.
do get tea on the nose.
Do you?
It smells like tea with honey and lemon.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Josh. Mostly honey, but yeah, the lemon comes through, but then
Well,
there's
it
that
definitely
tea.
shows up in the palate for me.
Yeah, in the palate, it is there as an underwriter. It's really cool. Which there's another name for fermented tea. We've talked about on the show before, kombucha, which is fermented black tea. And so I'm wondering, did they add tea in this? Is this just mead with tea, or did they actually have the tea in it during the fermentation?
Kombucha is like a whole beast of its own.
Yeah, but yeah, the raw nature of it is it's fermented. It's a different yeast. It's all that, and so that'll answer our question.
And ginger.
Just wanted to throw that out for everyone. Yeah, ginger's a key component in there.
So for those of you that are gluten free, this is definitely for you.
That's right.
As all meads and ciders are.
I wanted to do a
Unless they
gluten-free
have
choice.
something added to them that shouldn't be there.
A big hit this week was Glutenberg, the IPA up on the shelf. There's a lot of gluten-free drinkers who are looking for that beer, but I want to remind people that mead's a great category of fermented beverage. There's sparkling meads, there's flat meads. We have two nice sessionable 12-ounce size meads in the house that are both gluten-free. One is labeled such, certified by Bee Nectar. The Noble, we did check in with them. According to their
Yep.
production,
I did
it's
call- I did
gluten-free.
actually- I
It's
called
just not labeled that
I
way.
actually spoke to the owner.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Nice little bridge
shout
guy.
out to a guy that came in earlier today, Jeff. Awesome dude. Talk about mead. We had a great conversation. It's been a mead oriented day. Kind
It's
of
Mead
day.
Monday.
Yeah, mead Monday. Ooh,
Mead
am I
Monday.
sensing a special one day? Maybe.
So yeah,
What are some other things that are fun about this beverage? The fact that I could drink a wine or a beer right now.
It's
Like,
still,
I really-
like it's not
Or more mead.
sparkling at all.
It has like, I don't know. I thought at first, I thought it did, but it's like truly flat by now. But I guess when I first opened it, and it might be just packed on a little bit of a CO2, just the way it's packed. So when you open it, you get a little.
I'm pretty sure it's just still
Air
I got it
rush?
out of the bottle still too. But they probably pack it with a little bit of nitrogen in there. Just
Okay.
to keep the freshness.
Yeah, and so those bubbles could kind of get injected just by the air pressure at the beginning, but then it's going to quickly flow out. It's not a true carbonation.
Nitrogen doesn't like liquid.
Yeah.
so I want to say also when we're talking about Bee Nectar, they've just started putting their stuff in 12-ounce cans.
Yeah.
They used to be the 16-ounce bottles.
Is
the
it-
16.9.
Yeah, 16.9s. Yeah, the 500 mils.
So-
And they're a lot pricier. These are much more approachable. Even though this one's $5.75.
Compared to like $12 a bottle.
Yeah, this is $12 500 mil.
Yeah. So I
So-
mean, it's kind of cool. Mead is an expensive beverage to make. Like, if you find cheap mead, then I have to ask the question about what it's actually made of.
Yeah,
'Cause
why
honey
are you
is not
drinking it?
cheap.
You know, honey is not cheap. You really don't. The dilution rate is it's not a lot. Like you use a lot of honey.
Yeah, but I'm super excited to see them canning products like this because it decreases the serving size, but it also makes the price point not completely kill your budget in one go.
So
And
one
I-
of the classic problems with Kilo the Gophers was it disappeared so fast because you had like 12 bottles and then one person would find it, drink it in a week, and it's gone. Man, we got 24 of
24.
these cans, and I've only had 2 so far. So
Yeah, they went a straight
and they're not even in the fridge, so people haven't even been ripping into them yet.
4x6 package.
But you know what? I like this can. Josh called it the.
It's like a bullet can. Think like Red Bull
Yep.
and Coors Light.
So these narrow
Honestly.
cans, one benefit they have, and I didn't think about this originally, but is they chill very fast. Because the maximized surface area in the thinner container, you can chill that thing super fast on ice.
Yeah, there's definitely some science behind that one.
I do like this beverage cold, though. I'm just going to throw that out.
I agree. And definitely, I mean, this is one of my favorites.
Out of their collection, for sure.
I do really enjoy this.
I mean, I've been
a lot.
drinking the Blood Amulet a lot, but I think that's just because of the package size.
Yeah, well, Blood Amulet's a cider too.
That's true. Was it Tuco Style? I like that one a lot.
Oh, that was
Style's really
fun. That was really fun. This is kind of
Black
similar
Fang
vein.
is the mead with all the different dark
Yeah.
fruit. That is good too.
And
Blood
then,
Amulet's the other 12
what
ouncer
is
right now.
The one that's the dude.
Here's a
Oh,
test.
the couch,
dude's
the rug. Yeah, the dude's rug.
Name one thing from Bee Nectar that's never tasted good that you've had.
Drawn blank.
That strawberry one that you
That's-
had was cool.
I've
That
never
was
had
really
that
fun. I'm drawing a blank. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, no, they make good product. It's just a lot of their stuff is just not cheap.
No, that's true. I mean, we got the Pyman in there that's
Which,
Yeah.
pretty pricey, but it's good.
which, by the way, Jeff,
It's a
you're hearing
special.
this, please let me know what you think of that pint.
It is a special item. Well, I'm ready to down it. Rob gave the signal.
Yeah, that was good. Let's move on to the wine. What do we say? Tonight we're going to go with a South African Chenin Blanc. I'm going to switch back to the other feed real quick so I can make sure I'm lining this up. So South African Chenin Blanc Baxberg. I think we've all had this and we all are fond of it. I think fairly so.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken.
I was pretty excited when I caught a glimpse of the back label earlier, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is good news."
Guys,
Oh, get up. Josh, his giant girthy cord has him wrapped in.
and then with this mic right here in my face, I'm a little kind of stuck.
I know we switched Rob up. He's working his other side now.
It basically chalks up to the fact that I got tired of getting up during the podcast, so I just boxed myself in so I
Just made
can't.
it, both of us made it so we can't move.
Oh.
Yes, thank you. No. So this is Chenin Blanc, like we said, from South Africa. This is not one of their kosher wines. Baxberg does a significant line or significant amount of kosher wines. The actual lady who owns the winery, from what our rep was saying, is a certain level of excuse me.
No, keep going. You're doing great. Just describe her rabbinical degree, Rob. You were doing great.
I'm sorry. once I realized, remember who the rep was, I didn't want to quote that anymore just because I'm not really sure.
We've talked about it before that Becksburg makes
There's
kosher
a
wine.
rabbi involved with a lot of the wine, but I'm
Well, there's
pretty sure-
definitely if they're going to make it kosher, there's definitely a rabbi that's making all the wine.
Hey, Rob. While this one is not kosher, it is certified carbon neutral.
But that doesn't mean it's biodynamic, does it?
No, carbon neutral is just one aspect of biodynamic, right?
well,
Biodynamic is like organic production
From my
with
understanding, there's less than 10 wineries out there that are carbon neutral.
less than 10.
Yeah.
See, I think for biodynamic, you don't have to be carbon neutral. You just have to have efforts towards the neutrality.
Carbon neutral just means that they don't really impact the ozone layer and like climate change the same way. Like they're not putting excess carbon. All the carbon they generate is dealt with somehow.
How much carbon dioxide and methane alone do you think our show has produced?
I know that a few of us have been spewing some fecal matter left and right this evening, so we're probably producing a lot.
It's pretty high.
Well, there are moments in a person's life when the septic tank at their house gets clogged.
My advice: don't get a fan anywhere near that.
So the wine, the nose on this guy, floral, but it's got some acidity there that's even showing up on the nose.
Oh yeah.
But I'm glad I remembered I was not drinking the mead anymore.
Yeah.
Because that is a different taste. But that being said, it does have a little character of.
Make your second taste before you get in on the.
Let's just get that mead out of there. Make sure it's all gone.
There's no telling what's in those cups.
It's dark rum. Just kidding.
So
Is he?
Guy drinks pints of Myers.
What was that?
whoa,
That was pretty cool.
Nick
I was
Spone just
looking
blew
at
up.
you.
That was awesome.
So
Here's looking at you, kid.
I'm getting strong acid, minerality similar to like a slate gravel, and definite salinity.
Are we talking like Grateful Dead strong acid, or are we talking electric Kool-Aid?
Or is that one and the same? That's that Owsley.
I can't speak to that.
Or are we talking like pre-1967 Timothy Leary going on here?
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
That's that Owsley.
This is enjoyable. I mean,
It's very light. It has a crispness, but it's not totally it's not just a crisp white wine. There's more to this. At Chenin Blanc's this thing's got some body. I'm really feeling it. Plus the gold color versus just like a white look. Chenin Blanc is arguably one of the lighter color wines out there. I mean, it's literally.
I have to say the green apple is really coming out in this one to me.
Yeah, I get that, but I also get like this apricot kind of taste.
Is there any caramel on there for anybody? Like,
Maybe that's what's keeping me from calling this a crisp, totally crisp.
About midway through the palate,
Yeah,
almost,
that's what I was gonna
and
say,
then
about
like it clears up towards the
mid-side.
end.
like get the green apple and you get a little bit of the caramel.
Yeah.
Oh, almost like a. I hesitate to say it, but I mean, you're walking right into candied apples there, guys. Yeah, I don't want
Like if you like ate the caramel, then ate the apple, then licked the caramel again.
Is that not how you guys do it? It's a little bit of caramel left on the stick at the end.
I just always figured there was no proper way to eat a candied apple.
So I know the white wines don't generally have
Not as an adult, no.
a lot of tannins, but I'm finding myself kind of running my tongue along my front teeth.
I think
Like
it's
that.
more the acid, just
Yeah.
kind of giving you that puckery, the astringent nature of it. comes
Dryness
out.
to from the
I'm just gonna throw this out there, guys. This has me thinking like game fish, like big fish, big cuts of like nice tuna, or even some of the gamey whitefish that we have around here. I could go after like cobia with this. Oh my god, there's just like so much.
I don't know that I would go with tuna, but I would go with like a fattier whitefish.
Yeah, what about like there's they call it the sweet fish wahoo. This would be like really good with wahoo.
Wahoo would be a solid pick.
And you could play some tropic fruits off it, or like a chutney even.
Chutney with fish is just so passe.
Yeah, but South African. The just the whole mix of the opportunities there.
So I guess if you did like a tropical fruit chutney, maybe like a pineapple, mango, guava type thing.
If I was gonna do something like that, man, I would just do like grouper tacos or something with like
Yeah.
pineapple salsa,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and do like a really like fine shredded coleslaw kind of on the top, like going for like the Baja feel but South African touch. Because I know there's plenty of pineapples in South Africa.
That's right. And like we've said it before, we'll say it again. South Africa is not allowed to drink any alcohol right now. They're still under their prohibition.
Are they still under that?
Yep.
Yeah, and
They are shipping only. They're exporting only.
Have they started wearing fedoras and pinstripes?
I don't know, but apparently they the sales of pineapples are going through the roof still.
Man. I kind of want to try some of this pineapple hooch they're making, though. I mean, it's got to be good because they keep buying it.
anything's better than palm wine. Oh yeah, it's done
I
there.
gotta say though, this Chenin Blanc is really enjoyable. It does get me thinking about food.
I like the tartness of it. What do you think it's gonna?
I think it'd play well with honey.
That's
honestly.
exactly what I was getting ready to say.
I really think the sweetness of the honey would play very well with this.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna play well with some honey and some pecans and walnuts and
Goat cheese.
goat cheese.
Yeah.
Not to allude to anything.
Cranberries,
Yeah.
dried cranberries. Yeah.
Again,
Yeah,
not
this
to
sounds-
allude to anything. but-
Sounds really good. Well, don't worry. I threw a nice distractor out for them. Hey, they're not gonna.
Nick's got. Did you know you got a hole in your shirt?
Yeah,
Okay.
fashionable,
All
right?
right. Yeah. Just didn't know if you
You
knew.
guys-
Just
You
didn't
guys
know.
like it?
Yeah.
It's vented.
It's vented. Vented for his
It's
comfort.
got one on this side too.
There you go.
Yeah, some people just make the
Consistency
hole
is
bigger
key.
than sew mesh underneath
It's
it
good
and
for
then
you
sell
guys
it
to
to you
get a
for
little-
$45 saying it's a sports shirt.
Well, they'll be like, Nick, can you wear that shirt again? We saw some side action we'd really like to.
If I had a hole in there, you wouldn't even see it for all the armpit hair. Like, it matched the same color as the shirt. You wouldn't even be able to tell.
Poor internet. They've never seen Josh's Berber.
So
Yeah.
Shannon
There's
I don't
a
know
reason
who
why I'm
suggested
closed.
it. Shannon just said that she loves the wine you suggest. Sweet Red. We got yesterday.
Oh, that's great news. That Dolcina,
Dolcina, yeah.
yeah, the Italian sweet red. Oh, that is a really fun wine. And that's such a great. We always talk about how like sweet reds, they're really fun because they're like full body. They're real wines. They're not like jokes, but they have sweetness. So people who want to taste something sweet and want wine, it's such a great choice.
Yep.
They exist for a reason.
And there's places to go after you're like, well, that got a little sweet after 3 glasses. I'm like, try this Montepulciano or, a little peppery there.
So, with Josh just about
Testing
losing testing his breathing while drinking mutation, which obviously that failed. How about we move on to Josh's choice for his beer?
Yeah, what are you gonna do to us, Josh?
Double breathing works while singing and talking, but not while drinking wine. So just remember that one.
Double breathing.
We've got a stout.
Oh, nice.
So honestly, when I picked this one,
Yeah, Josh reminded me of something earlier this evening that we forgot to do, Nick.
I can't remember if this was 2 weeks ago I said I was going to do this or last week, but I know I said it within the past 2 weeks to Brittany on air that I was going to do this one. So we're doing it.
We were
It's
supposed
the-
to do a virtual tasting again, and we forgot.
My memory's not the best in the world, but I do remember some things.
We'll make it up. We'll do it next week.
No, don't make promises. Come on. We will do it when we get around to it.
Sorry,
guys.
it just fell into the one of my.
But this is the Gizmo Mocha Stiletto.
Yeah, Shannon, thanks. I was trying to give Nick some props, but thank you.
She said you grabbed it.
Yeah, she
yeah.
did.
I just nodded my head.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Never.
Yeah, but I do think Nick, you actually suggested. I just have to go in the room and grab it.
Never yell at the help.
Was this yesterday or Saturday?
Yeah, that was Saturday.
You might find yourself
You know,
being less
yesterday
helpful.
wasn't Saturday.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay.
Am I the only one who missed an entire day? Well, I got like half of it in.
That was 3-2.
3-2 out of 6.4.
You had a lot of restraint. I don't know what's going on with that. Usually Josh is just ready to rip.
No, I mean, that wasn't really good work. That was just like
That's what I'm saying. It's like it was more like a Nisqually quake, like really deep under
it
the
just
surface.
leaked out.
Okay, so we are doing the next release of Gizmo Stiletto. This is their line of stouts that they just do variations on.
Yum.
This one is the Mocha.
Yeah.
Mocha Stiletto. They did one peppermint around Christmas. What did they do before that? A bourbon barrel stiletto, I think.
Oh yeah.
So they are doing variations on this, the main line or the main.
The stiletto's got a little cult following here.
And then they did the Nitro Stiletto.
That's
We mentioned one person by name, but I'm already thinking of like 2 others they've gone for it on every stiletto.
Have you guys had this one yet?
I have not.
Have you had it yet?
I think I bought one, but I don't think I actually drank it yet. I think I just threw it in the fridge on the porch.
I know.
Man, there's some deep cocoa nibs in there.
There's a lot of cocoa nibs.
Bordering on, and then the coffee.
Wow. Is there like does
It's-
chocolate get stuck to my glass?
It's got
Coffee.
a lot of roasty toasty on the nose. You know?
Yeah. Man, that's got a lot going on there.
I like how Josh said that. Roasty toasty. If you just skip for a second on trying to pinpoint, is that peanuts or is that roasted pecans or is that coffee or chocolate nibs? Like forget all that. Just roasty toasty. Just like thinking that. Roasted anything.
So when I first saw Mocha, I was thinking they were going chocolate. But they're actually going the coffee, the espresso drink.
The legit Mocha, yeah.
Because there's definitely coffee.
Yeah.
In this.
And the first time I had this, I have to say, I even looked at Rob because he was there when I first cracked it. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
I know how I feel about it. I'm very glad that it's not a sweet milk chocolatey type taste. I'm very happy with the bitter level. But this is like a whole experience that there's more things you can put in beer to bitter than just hops.
Well, yeah. I mean, there are definitely different bittering agents, but you have to be careful with cocoa nib applications because the fat content of the cocoa nibs themselves, and they will kill head retention.
Getting into you don't know how you feel about this, like
No. When I first had it, I was also coming off of like black tea, and I'm pretty sure another beer.
I've got black tea and another beer right here. Let
When
me
you
try.
guys first poured, did you get any head off of this?
I just gave it a shake,
Not a whole lot.
and I'm just not getting much retention
Because
or much
one of the things they say on the descriptors, in fact, the last thing is topped off with a creamy head, and I just didn't see that.
So-
And I'm not getting that on the.
I think
palate.
is that top off with a creamy? Is that like on directions on how to serve or whatever, more or less? Because they might mean really give it a stiff center pour.
Well, it says coffee, chocolate, both. Some decisions are hard, others not so much. Our latest stiletto variant combines the best of both worlds. Huge notes of cocoa and roasted coffee beans dominate the aroma. Its thick body melds with locally made chocolate and coffee beans, topped off with a creamy head. This brew is a treat, too sweet to miss. So I'm not getting a lot of sweet, and I'm not getting I didn't see any of that creamy head, and there's none of either of those come through. On the
I feel like
I'm really-
Josh
I'm-
chemically pinpointed everything Rob and I just said and showed
Pretty
you.
sure it's just the chocolate.
Yeah.
And the fat content being a little high, and it just killing the head.
So
But I'm not complaining.
yeah, so I love the taste. I do wish a little more of the creamy head. So I think they're sensationalizing, going with your mindset on La Crema from your espresso shot, and then maybe suggestively getting in your head that like, hey, pour the crap out of it right up top,
Possibly.
and then load up that head, and it'll have that appetizing.
That's always the problem with doing cocoa in things, because
Yeah.
people forget that like proper cocoa has fat, and
It-
fat and beer don't really play well together.
It's actually a really cool fat. Like it's one of those fats your body loves.
Would
Yeah,
this
it's
be,
one of those fats your body loves, but like the head in your beer does it.
Kind of like almonds and avocados
be
are
better
also
nitro?
fatty.
First off, let me go ahead and clarify that when it comes to nitro beers, I'm not the hugest fan of nitro beers. But do I think this one might be better nitro style? Honestly, probably yes.
I think it might give it a little more creaminess.
Well, definitely to the top. But the real thing to remember about nitro beers, if we're going to go into straight beer nerd kingdom, is all nitro beers do is push all the carbonation out of the beer to the top in a clearly defined layer. That's why Guinness is flat, basically, when you drink it.
Gotcha.
Any nitro beer is going to simulate cask ale from England.
So what we call the cascade, basically, when you pour that,
Is all of
Guinness,
the carbonation of your
it's
beer
not actually a
going to the
movement
top.
down. It's actually a movement up of gas.
Because the nitrogen is forcing its way out of the beer and grabbing the CO2 on its way up, creating the head, and the nitrogen's like leaving the beer, and you end up with this like effectively flat liquid with a layer of head on the top. But and I'm not knocking that texture. I love cask ales and nitro beers when they're done right. Nitro IPAs are disgusting. I hope they never come back into style.
Nitro.
But nitro stouts, I mean, that's like really the proper way to serve a stout in England. It's all done to simulate proper real ale, is what they call it. The camera, it's a whole organization made for real ale's cask condition.
Huh.
Yeah, and served slightly below like cellar temp.
So I nerded out on Highlander and Caddyshack, and Josh nerded out on beer. What's your nerd out coming, Nick?
Oh man, I
We need to get some geography going on.
not tonight, Rob.
You know, oh yeah,
Just
you're-
not feeling very creative.
You're still hungover from Super Bowl Sunday.
My phone just told me apparently Tom Brady won the Super Bowl. And
That's why
I thought the game was the Chiefs versus the Buccaneers. But I wake up the next day and Tom Brady wins. That's what I see.
And then I'll tell you what, the real winners of last night were the referees. Because they made calls. They
definitely got TV time.
Yeah, they made,
That's what I heard.
The referees made some calls. I'll tell you that.
Well, it's like if you don't have an actual crowd at the game, and I'm probably saying, we're headed towards technical
No,
difficulties.
we're still recording, but
Your live feed trim?
live feed went out.
Huh.
So we'll continue to record.
I think that's happened to us before.
Yeah. We'll continue to record on
I
YouTube.
wonder what we said.
I'm wondering, do we still have? It says we're still got. Well, then let's.
Hello.
Hello.
Is anybody
Is there anybody in there?
Oh, no, they're going to cut us again.
And that's all I can do with that.
If you can hear me.
We'll do slightly less than 7 seconds. And believe me, if anybody in the band thought that we were copying their melody, they would let us know.
If anything, they'll just laugh at us for even attempting.
Alright,
This kind of
so,
hits a lull in our video time here, but I think we're up to ratings is where we're going to be at.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Give me just a second. Keep talking while we're working on ratings. I'm going to bring up the live feed real quick again.
So, wait.
So, I got a really interesting voicemail the other day, and they're like asking for me. And they're like, if this is, fill my name, man, please wait for a 5-second pause before we continue speaking. 1, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3, 1,000. And then 5 seconds later, it's like, since you are still on the line, you are confirming that you are fill in my name. If you are fill in my name, please wait 5 more seconds. 1,000. So it was like a 2-minute long voice message these guys left me. And I gotta tell you, these robots are getting pretty crafty. And they're like,
Kinda
if
like
this is
you guys.
you, we are going to give you 5 seconds to move somewhere different so that you can hear this alone.
1,000.
Exactly. And they counted down again.
And
I'm
then
like,
the voicemail clipped out.
No. And then they started talking about, it's student loan debt. That's all it is.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But
I thought we were going to hear the medical prognosis. It turns out you have a bad case of motor mouth.
it actually turns out that I'm superhuman and the cure to all diseases on the planet. But I will sell my blood for about $100 per ounce. That's liquid ounce.
This is going right.
Yeah.
How about you get up on that Dogecoin?
Where's everybody going with the Dogecoin?
Elon Musk said it was the next big cryptocurrency, so it's going to blow up.
It went from fraction of a penny to 10 cents in a.
Nick's bringing it up because I bought a bunch of Dogecoin last year at the start of the pandemic. And if I had held on to it, I would be about $2,000 richer right now. And that's with me buying $20 worth of Dogecoin.
$20. You had a pretty large.
Yeah, because when I bought it, it was worth less than like a thousandth of a cent or something. And now it's worth almost $1. So it's stupid.
Yeah.
So we are getting ready. We should be streaming here in just a second. It looks like, we're streaming now. It looked like Facebook bumped us off the server,
Yeah, they didn't like something we said.
and
Did we get flagged?
I don't know, but we're still recording, so it's all there.
The full episode will be on YouTube.
On YouTube, that's right. So this is now, we're live again, take 2, and we're just going into our final reviews, I guess. Is that correct?
ratings. Yeah, let's cut to the ratings.
So let's start with the
Kill all the gophers.
kill all the gophers or golfers. Yeah, we do have audio. We are good. We're recording. So kill all the golfers. Josh.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this one at a solid 1.75. There we go. Yeah. Ooh, I was trying to work that one out. That little diaphragm action right there. Solid mead. Bee Nectar doesn't make bad product. It's, what is it, $5.75 or $5.25?
We're looking at $5.75 for the 12-ounce can.
So solid price for a mead. It's effectively going great for anything honey based.
6% ABV.
It is a solid beverage right there with the honey and the lemon and the black tea. It tastes like an Arnold Palmer flavored mead. It's just good.
Mm-hmm.
It goes down easy. It's delicious. The entire concept behind the can and like the humor on the can. It's so worth it. So 175 for me.
Yeah. That's a great rating. I'm actually going to go a little higher. And that probably is just based on my personal taste. A lot of Bee Nectar's products use different fruits and things, and it kind of takes them out of my where I can palate it, where I can drink it because of my allergies. So this one, they stuck to a very simple formula, and I love them for it.
Yeah.
Because this is something I could drink every day. And actually, one of my favorite summer beverages is literally a honey tea with lemonade in it. So it's like it's already my favorite beverage, and now it's like as a mead and 6% alcohol. So having a couple of these around for some tough lawn mowing days, this could really be a nice pickup. I am gonna go though the full 1.8 on that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go like a 2.0 because I just don't know if this is like my favorite beer, my favorite beverage type category. Like when whatever some of those tremendous IPAs that are rate 2.0. It's not quite there. It's close, but not quite.
All right. I'm going to jump out of the box and say 175 like Josh. I really dig the fact that they're in the 12-ounce can. Makes it much more manageable pocket-wise. Pocketbook, I guess, is the correct term. $5.75 for the 12-ounce.
That does fit in the pocket better than a $500 bottle.
That's true too. $5.75 might sound expensive for a 12-ounce can. However, when you consider it's mead, and it's quality mead, and it is very drinkable.
Yeah.
I think 175 is fair.
You will have to remind yourself that there's alcohol in this. It's that tasty.
Yeah, it is crushable. You're going to have to remind yourself to slow down. Because you can definitely go 2 or 3 of these deep before you're like, oh, wait a minute, I shouldn't have done that.
You don't want to drink this at the same rate as your like Arizona Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, this is definitely
like
the honey. The honey also shows up fairly significantly versus your Arnold Palmers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is a very good tribute for Caddyshack, so I love it. I might bump it up to 1.8. Just because.
Oh, look at that! He just moved.
Who wants to go with the Baxter? Let me start with the Baxter. We have. Ooh, sorry, didn't mean to pop you.
Sound effects.
Baxberg, Chenin Blanc, South African. We were pretty quiet when we were tasting this.
Yeah.
We didn't really know what to say. I mean, there was a lot of acid going on. It was very light. I did comment that I got a little bit of salinity to it at first. I got some slate to it. But then Josh pointed out some green apple, and then came about a little caramel going on. Mm-hmm. Then we started talking about food pairings.
Yeah.
And we started talking more and more about it. Mm-hmm. This is going to be one of the wines for the wine dinner this weekend for the Valentine's dinner.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what you guys were teasing earlier.
This is going to go with the salad course. This is with the honey, homemade warm honey. It's not a vinaigrette. It's
a warm honey vinaigrette. Yeah.
Okay, which is made by Josh. From scratch.
Because believe it or not, I can cook.
Yeah. There's a little bit of cooking going on. Baxberg. I'm gonna go 1.4. It is solid for a Chenin Blanc. It's not the best I've had. It's not, by any means, it's not the worst I've had. And I look forward to having more Chenin Blanc just because of what's going on with South Africa. It should be easier to get. But I think 1.4. We didn't cover earlier the price on this, which is gone.
Oh, I rubbed it. It came off on my thumb earlier.
Oh, so I'm off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Are we thinking about $20?
I'm pretty sure it's 14.
Yeah.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, I think it comes in a little lower than the others.
Okay, all right. So we're looking at 14 apparently. 14. I think that's even better. 1.5.
Yeah, price is right on this. Flavor's pretty nice. Chenin Blanc's it's an open-ended wine. I wonder, is Chenin Blanc a good wine to get some people started up on white wines who haven't really tried white wines before? You know, I know everybody thinks of Chardonnay. Chardonnay is a tough wine to get into when you're first starting out. It's just, it'll give you a good foundation as you're moving forward and progressing through complex wines. But the Chenin Blanc has just a little lighter, more available palate. It's just not so overriding. There's similar tones that you'll see in Chardonnay, especially with the South African Chenin Blanc. I do think a little bit of the soil comes through. There is this weird kind of little pepper zest that shows up here and there. It's really fun though because it plays off the fruit. It's all light and delicate and really just fun like that. It does have a little bit of body, so like we said, it is going to stand up to food quite nicely. And maybe just a little hair sweeter than your Sauvignon Blancs or Chardonnay, so that could be really pleasant for people too. All in all, I'd like to say 1.6.
Okay.
Cool. I'm actually going to echo Nick's rating on this one with a 1.6. This is a solid Chenin Blanc. It's not the best Chenin Blanc I've ever had, but it is a solid Chenin Blanc, especially with the price point. The acid content is a little high to just drink it on its own in my mind, so I would prefer to have this with something to like snack on. But any kind of fatty cheese, like really something with like a high fat content would play well with the acid.
So goat
content.
cheese?
Yeah, spreadable.
Goat
something,
cheese.
yeah.
I would lean towards softer cheeses, not really hard, salty. I would go for like softer, creamier. I mean, you could probably go with a salty, but I actually like even feta. Like I don't know that I would like it with feta. Like I'd like kind of a fresher. You know,
Yeah, I like his chèvre note.
like,
I just think
Chev
that nail it.
would be good. You have that funk. I mean, you could go Ricote.
Okay, yeah.
On this, you know, you can go
That's
fresh Mott's.
Uh-huh.
Just like really like in brie and camembert and things like that. Like just
Yeah.
really fatty, creamy. I think would play really well with this. And crackers, obviously, because I mean you don't just want to eat cheese. We're not barbarians.
I don't know. I can do ricotta by the spoonful.
Yeah, but
I'm
we're
not
not.
saying I have, but I probably could.
But we're not barbarians here. We
That's
use
special.
crackers.
Yeah, we call them water crackers too, which I still can't figure out because I usually have them with wine.
Don't even get me started on my whole rant about water crackers and why that's a thing. I don't even know, and I don't want to know.
Water crackers. That just sounds soggy, and they're far from it. They're like the stalest, crunchiest.
I think this is a really solid wine for the price point, and I'm really excited to pair this with the food for the Valentine's dinner.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested, we do have seats available still.
We have a couple tables available. 2 pair, or it's a couple table. So
please do inquire here
we
at the
got-
office.
3 or 4 left. I
Yeah,
think.
shoot us a PM on Facebook or something if you're curious about it, or come into the shop and ask us about it, or give us a call, even if you're curious.
Yeah, Rob's right though. Limited seating available, so let us know quick.
So Josh, I think you said 1.6. You reckon, Nick?
Yeah, 1.6.
All right, Nick, you want to lead us on the?
Yeah, I got one lip smacking sip left. Man, the Gizmo. Guys, you did it again with the stiletto. It's good beer. I like it. I think Josh and Rob and I touched on some aspects that we thought maybe could like really bring the presentation of this beer together. But all in all, like this palate is really fun. This is a cool beer. It's a chocolate stout for the people who want to drink a stout that's still bitter. This is not milk chocolate sweet. This is more like your coffee stout, really roasty, toasty. I'm going to give this a 1.5.
Okay.
I just really think this style stout, I'd like to see a little more head retention. And it's such like a small statement. It's a visual that encompasses so much more about the mouthfeel of a beer and its stay power in your glass and its consistency through the entire portion. So 1.5.
I think I'm actually what Nick said there as far as the head retention. That's going to affect my rating as well. I did want to say it is a 425 pint and it's 6.1% ABV. But you know, Josh hits all the time on having what's advertised. So what's advertised on the description on the back of the can talks about a sweet coffee stout with a topped off with a creamy head. Okay, one, it was definitely coffee. That's undeniable. It's a stout. That's undeniable. Was not sweet. If anything, it was the dry, bitter cocoa nibs.
It's funny they advertise that, and then I like it for being
Not
the dry
having-
better.
not having
Yeah,
sweet.
like just call it what it is.
And then definitely did not come across with a creamy head. Now maybe if we would have, like you said, center poured it and tried to force the head, we would have got one. But
That's frowned upon.
Yeah, that's genuinely not a good idea.
yeah, so false advertising, as Josh goes on. I'm not going to go 1.5. I think I'm going to go 1.25, just because it's not delivering what they led me to believe on the can. This is the first time I've had it. But it's definitely coffee stout. I did like it. And I do overall like the beer. It's just not what they advertise. So I'm going to go 1.25.
So the first thing I would like to say for my aspect of the rating is I'm glad you guys are starting to see what I'm saying. Is that there are countless beers I've had on the show that are rated lower than I wanted to, just because of what they've been labeled. And I'm a firm believer that if you call something A, B, or C, it needs to be A, B, or C.
Yeah.
And if you say it's going to taste this way and it doesn't, then I'm not going to call it false advertising. I'll call it misleading. My rating's going to echo yours, Rob. I'm going to go 1.25, which is higher than I would have rated it the first time I had it, because the first time I had it, something about the flavors didn't hit me right. This time I'm getting a lot of the coffee, a lot of the cocoa. It tastes like a proper mocha. The texture's a little bit flat for a CO2 carbonated beer in a can that's supposed to have a head. If it had been a nitro coffee stout, and maybe that would have changed it, or if they had said like a quickly going away head, or like, I didn't think the texture was as thick as they said it was on the can, or if it was maybe a little bit sweeter, just it was misleading.
Yeah.
To a degree. It's in no way, shape, or form a bad beer. If they nailed the description a little bit more, it would probably be closer to a 2. I'd say it would probably be in like 1.75 range if they nailed the description, and my expectations going into it were the same as what I experienced.
You guys have been harping on me lately about how in food and beverage, aligning expectations closer to result will increase satisfaction.
Exactly. I mean, if you tell people what it's going to be like and it's like that, it's
They-
infinitely better than if you say it's going to be awesome and it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna take me a minute. Okay, cool.
And, that's what
This is gonna be bitter. Awesome.
that's really one of the first and most important rules of customer service.
Hey, this is a sweet beer. Oh, that's bitter. What the hell are you
Never-
doing to me?
Never promise something you can't give.
Yeah.
So I want to echo Rob's rating on this one, 1.25. It's a solid beer. I just wish maybe a couple of details had been lined up better.
Gotcha. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for this week. Josh, you got something to say for us?
Please, if you're watching us on YouTube, which you probably are at this point, because I'm pretty sure we're not doing live on Facebook anymore.
We got a bunch of people that checked in real quick.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Sweet. Well, also, if you're watching us on YouTube, please do remember below to like, comment, and subscribe. We love any input you have to give us. We don't know what we should say until you kind of steer us in the right direction. We do read them if you actually post them, which you don't, so we don't read them. But if you did, we would.
Yeah,
Which is the whole thing, you know.
Nick's getting tired of being the only one posting.
Timestamps and everything.
Yeah,
just
so,
for
I
your
mean-
guys' benefit.
You know, they always say love is a two-way road. You know, that is a saying, right?
I don't know.
Well, whatever. The road has two lanes. We go this way, you go this way. Just like shout at us or something. Even if you give us the bird, come on, say something. But regardless, like, comment, and subscribe, please.
All right, so that was episode 83 of What Are You Drinking Now? We'll be back next Monday. We talked about doing the virtual podcast or the virtual tasting next week. I think we need to put it off. Yeah, we've been talking about it for 2 weeks, and we've been forgetting about it because nobody reminds us.
So we'll let you know when we do the virtual
But we've got a busy
tasting.
Sunday night coming up, and we got a lot of prep going into this weekend. So I think we'll put that off next week. We'll just do a regular show and then shoot for the week following for the virtual tasting again.
I finally get episode 85 is going to be the virtual.
Are we gonna go for like a?
I've been talking up
There you
episode 85 for several weeks now.
Are we gonna go like Atlas Shrugged with what is Sunday night?
Oh, yeah. What is
Yeah.
Sunday night? So check our Facebook page out on that. And we'll see you next week, guys. Have a good one.